welcome to the preseason test where your boy is taking pole from Grace Hunter and Sebastian Campo. Then it's Ray Shen from James Stokes and Vita Alves. Charles Hernandez is 7th from Daf Sanchez and Guillermo Perez. Then it's Lamfong, Ryan Burton and Matthew Hart in 12th. Nunes Garcia is 13th from Francis Austin and Oakwe. Then it's Jonathan Sims with teammate Palomino alongside. Then it's Remy LeBeau down in 18th from Versio, Hunlam Fee, Dominic Vanislau and Daniel Bob. Well then, returning to Laguna Seca for the pre-season test in Season 5 of the ChampCar World Series. All 5 lights go on. And we are green for the pre-season test. Teams testing out the tyres as well as their new equipment in the ERL O2s. As there goes Grace Hunter, the rookie driver, in front of his teammate. Your boy, after starting on the softs, definitely getting the jump off the start. Ocampo on those mediums, trying to fight off Ray Shen and James Dirks in that ChampCar. Vita Alves, though, looks to lunge down the inside with Shen. Shen's up into 2nd, Vita up into 4th. As your boy in that number 27 car forced wide. Hernandez getting a 5-second time penalty in that mission winner Power Motorsport car. Looks to try and hold it down the inside, follows Vita, but can only muster 6th position. James Dirks there trying to fight with both of the Power Motorsport cars. There's Theo in the other Marlboro team, Penske, number 38, trying to hold on to 17th on the back of Nunes Garcia. As Oakwe getting a 5-second time penalty, just getting a track limits warning in that hyperdrive number 99, as Matthew Hart, the rookie from Scotland, only run in one ERL race before this, but lucky for him, it was in an O2, so he's got a little bit of experience compared to some of these other drivers. As Sanchez gets a time penalty. I don't think Sanchez has driven an O2 in a full season before. He might have. He might not have. I can't really remember if he was in Season 22 or not. Hernandez moving up into 5th position in that 52 car. Grace Hunter absolutely flying out there for his country of Belgium. Quee getting a 5-second time penalty, and these time penalties will affect their final finishing order officially. Versio in that 38 car. Now he's got experience with the Mercedes Formula E team, and he left after feeling like he wasn't getting the results that he was worth, but he's just dropped behind both of the Manthe racing cars who are looking to perform like Kero Race Co. on a budget. Palomino in that 93 car, the reigning champion of the ERL US Series, which is the official term for this, and IndyCar. As Vita Alves sends it down the inside, coming through 1, stays in front of your boy as Shen, look at that, from the 33. Tries to hold on to 3rd position, just about can't do it. Hernandez on the back of these guys, though. He's ready to pounce if something goes wrong, but for Shen, it's all going right for him. He's up into 3rd position. Vita's got to close down 2 seconds here if he wants to lead this preseason test, and I don't think he's going to be able to do it. On board we go with Charles Hernandez in the 52 car. Remy LeBeau, Bogdasarov and Hunlam Fee, drivers who we expected to be much further up the order. Definitely not. Maybe they are testing some different things with those cars, we don't know, but Hernandez almost running into the back of Ray Shen there. And for Charles and his teammate Ocampo, both of these guys doing double duty with the Formula E Series. All of these guys getting attack mode heading down the straight as we are on to the penultimate lap here in Laguna Seca. Your boy in that 27 car lunges down the inside and takes 3rd position. For this man, Vita Alves, he's showing the Marlboro team Penske exactly what it's made of, and seems to be made of quite a bit here. Ray Shen on the back. Charles Hernandez looks to try and make a pass if he can just find the line, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it, at least not on this lap. You know, for a lot of these teams, they are really testing how well these O2s run in the wake of cars in front, and it doesn't seem to be better than it was with the O1s. Arguably a little bit worse as Guillermo Perez. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that name, but he's up into 7th now. On board we go with Perez in car number 3. So target Chip Ganassi as Hunter begins the final lap of this race. Is that Doakes making the move? No, it's Charles Hernandez. He's up into P3. And Hunter has absolutely just blasted off into the distance. Expect the McLaren number 16 at the front of the pack for many races this season. Hernandez definitely holding off your boy. Honestly, McLaren might be on for a very good season here. Apex GP, it might be a little bit touch and go for these guys, and for the Andretti Green squad, I feel like they might be very much middle of the point scorers. Team Forsyth with an inexperienced driver and a slightly more but still relatively inexperienced driver at the helms of their cars could go well, could go poorly. Maya Shank seems to have something with the 67, but in that number 16 car, Grace Hunter, he's going to take victory at the preseason test here at Laguna Seca. As the rest of the drivers coming to the line right now. Bit of a struggle for some of these guys coming up across the line. Here is your official classification from the preseason test. Grace Hunter was first from Vita Alves and your boy. Then it's James Doakes of America. Then Guillermo Perez, struggling with that name still. Ray Shen, Sebastian Ocampo, Lam Fong, Francis Austin, Ryan Burton, Nicholas Palomino, Charles Hernandez, Nunes Garcia, Jonathan Sims, Matthew Hart, Vers Theo, Dominic Vanislau, Hunlan Phi, Daf Sanchez, Remy LeBeau, Bogdasarov, and Oqui. And with that, your ChampCar preseason test is done and dusted. Your calendar for the ChampCar World Series Season 5, if I haven't already mentioned it, just to run you through this again, we'll start off in Long Beach, then head off to Toronto, Canada, then St. Petersburg, then the ChampCar Trophy of Belgium, then we head off to Detroit, then we go to Japan for the race in Swin Ring Motegi, then we head off to Austin, Texas, Las Vegas, Sao Paulo, Brazil, Surfers Paradise in Australia, San Jose, and then we go to Portland, and then the ChampCar Trophy of California will round off your 12-race season. With that, we are ready to head off for the Formula E preseason test. Welcome to the Formula E preseason test. Your Puff starts on pole from Ravo and Sebastian Ocampo. Then it's Daniel Bogdasarov, your new champion, Remy LeBeau from Tenali Gabo and Linus Eriksson. Your UK ball starts 8th from the Red Devil and Awful Catfish. Then it's Akari Lopez, followed by Carlos Sainz and Charles Hernandez. Marcus Nelson is 14th from Oscar Fulstad and new returning driver Babness Jr. Then it's Scatterlin Rotak, Lars Leclerc, Butler and Austin from the back row of Nicholas Palomino and Inoue. Well then, returning to Barcelona for the preseason test, we've got some new faces and new liveries. All 5 lights go on. And the Formula E preseason test is green, and it's an alright start there from the front row man. Look at the run that Bogdasarov's got on Sebastian Ocampo. Look at Ocampo's run down into turn number 1. Ewa Puff holds the race lead as they come through the first chicane. And we have seen some issues, but everyone has made it through quite well. Palomino, who's just come off the back of a pretty bad ChampCar preseason test. He's currently at the very back of the pack for the Formula E preseason test in the ERL O2s, which you might get a little sick of seeing. Probably not. These are some pretty good looking cars as they make their way up the hill. If you're expecting the Ace Championship preseason test today, I've got some bad news. They are still looking for a lot of drivers. And we've just received news that James Dirks of Motorshank Racing has left that team, and with immediate effect. I've got no clue as to why, but that does leave another seat free, so we will have the official ERL Discord server in the description of this preseason test. As Ocampo, look at the run he's got down into one, only using attack charge into turn one, but not able to make the lunge. Bogdasarov in that 97 car for Team Edams, looking for a way to get past Tonali Gabo, but I don't think he's going to be able to get past him quite quickly. Maybe this is the opportunity. It is the opportunity for Bogdasarov to get up into 4th position. And Ocampo still looking for a way to get past Yorpov. He was marginally in front, but he has to fall behind him for now. The very back of the pack, really hard to come by in terms of who's going to be in front. Enoch Yu in that number 25 car, currently rounding out the back of the pack. Finally back in Formula E. He was expected to join Power Motorsport, but when Elliot Deli left the ERL, that just opened up a spot to put the Hong Kong driver as Catfish. He could have made it into the chase for the Cup before it was unceremoniously cancelled for season 25. He makes his way in front of UK Ball, and now staying in front of the number 89. I believe season 26 will see the 30th, if not the 25th London E-Prix, as you are past 5-second time penalty for causing collisions with Sebastian Ocampo, who now takes the race lead here in the preseason test. Revo in the 7 cars dropped down to 5th position, so the long runs on the mediums not favouring DS Hyperdrive. Rami LeBeau being up in 4th, however, that favours the Red Bull Sims Porsche team, who are definitely looking a lot more like Red Bull than Sims. If you want to take a look at what Sims Motorsport would have probably looked like for this season, just wind the clock back one season. Rami LeBeau now holding that gold number 27 on his timing tower. Chose not to run car number 1 as Hernandez now sets a new fastest lap of this race. Holds the inside line. He's going to have to hold the outside coming out of 2, and he does hold on to P3, so he will be top 2 in the preseason test. Babinis Jr. still says VER on our timing tower. We will get that fixed up before the first race of the season. But on lap 4, it is time to run down the calendar for this season while drivers still racing around. We start off in London for the 30th London E-Prix. Then we head to Rome, Tokyo, and Abuja for race 4. Paris is race 5 from the Bucharest E-Prix in race 6. Then we head to Queensland, Australia for round 7. That will be in... oh my goodness, I forgot exactly where it was, I'm sorry. But Hyderabad will be race 8 from Kuala Lumpur round 9. Then we head to Toronto, Canada, Glasgow, Scotland for race 11. Then Manila in the Philippines for round 12 from Berlin, Beijing, Punta del Este in Uruguay from Sao Paulo, Indianapolis, and Las Vegas for an American doubleheader to round off season 26. And as we're on that penultimate lap, Linus Eriksson in that 28 car, no longer the rookie to Formula E that he was last season. He's on the back of the 55 and the 14. Catfish really in the midst of this fight for position. Don't know if he's going to be able to hold on to that second place, but he's gonna give it all that he has for now, and all it is to stay behind Babinis Jr. Once again, still says VER instead of IBJ on that timing tower. On board we go with Sebastian Ocampo in that 76 car. Rear wing now open, heading down the main straight, using attack charge as well. We're going to see a lot of drivers using it all, heading down into one, and Ocampo is into the lead of the preseason test, and he's far in front of Puff as Revo getting a track limits warning, forced off the track by the Red Devil coming out of that turn. Akari Lopez with his third track limits warning. Honestly, I think we can see why we haven't returned to this track here in Barcelona for quite some time in Formula E, or any tracks like it. It's mainly just a good track to see what car is best, but aside from that, if there's no rain, well, the racing's just kind of mid. The cars are often in little compact trains, but aside from that, nothing else major. But rounding the final turn, redemption from the ChampCar preseason test. It's Sebastian Ocampo who will finish first here in Barcelona and sets a new fastest lap. The Red Devil takes it from him. A 1:02.666 is his. Whilst Leclerc returning from his injury. It's only 15th for him, no fastest lap for him. Here is your official classification. Sebastian Ocampo taking the win from Bogdasarov and Remy LeBeau. Then it's the Red Devil, Revo, U-Cable, and Puff. After that time penalty was applied, Hernandez is 8th from Gabo and Babis Jr. And once again, we will have to fix the graphics in areas because it still shows VER and the Brazilian flag for Babis Jr. despite finishing 10th today. Awful Catfish is 11th from Marcus Nelson and Salas Kynes. Then it's Linus Aronson, Lars Clark, and Kari Lopez from Enoch Q, Devin Butler, Nico Palomino, Oscar Falstad, Francis Austin, and Stasselin Rossack. We will see you guys next time then when the ERL begins.